You've been trading glances during work or gym class. They're always a blast to talk to, and they've been doing numerous favors for you. Suspicions are high, but you just can't seem to be certain. Do they really like you, or are they just being nice? Asking them outright can be a major turnoff, yet you just can't shake that nagging feeling, and it's becoming too much to handle. You have to know for sure without blowing them off. Well, you can rest easy now, because in this video, we are talking about 12 signs to know if someone likes you. Before we begin, we would like to point out that this video doesn't just apply to females or males or hetero relationships. It applies to any relationship in general. With that said, let's begin. 1. Their body language tells you they like you. First, you can tell that they like you from their body language. When they speak to you, that special someone leans close or makes animated gestures. When you're around, they might smile more or make changes to their attire and hair. Pay close attention to how someone moves or behaves around you, since their body language may be a very clear indicator of how they feel about you. What other body language cues do you look for? Say a friend of yours has a crush on you. They won't express their feelings out loud, of course. Have you ever caught someone's attention when you're not looking? Perhaps they observe you from a distance. When you turn your head, you can catch them turning away. People can convey interest and attraction with their eyes by staring or by sneaking glances. All you want to do when you're interested in someone is stare at them. Your crush is the most attractive person in the world in your opinion. But if you keep staring, your crush will catch on. You therefore make an effort to conceal your glare by only gazing at them while they are facing the other way. Fortunately, most individuals aren't as cunning as they believe they are. It's not hard to notice when someone is looking at you intently. The only type of body language you should watch out for isn't just staring. Physical proximity is yet another. You might repeatedly notice someone standing uncharacteristically near to you. They might pause after your farewell hug for a few additional seconds. Perhaps their hands keep brushing against yours. These minor nuances in body language might all convey the same meaning, so pay attention to how someone moves their body. It's not a coincidence if they're staring at you, touching you, or drawing near to you. It's obviously evidence that they care about you. All the pointing and fidgeting may be nonverbal cues that they are drawn to you and trying to communicate this to you. 2. Physical touches either by accident or on purpose. It's rare that people accidentally touch each other. Consider the possibility that your friend accidentally touches you by brushing against one of your body parts, such as your arm or leg. It's tempting to brush off these little moments of contact as nothing more than a random occurrence, but the truth is that they frequently portend something more significant. Now, if somebody does not want to touch you, they obviously won't. Just take a moment to consider how many random people you avoid on a daily basis. Consider how many of your coworkers and classmates you've never interacted with, yet how frequently your friend touches, grazes, or otherwise comes into contact with you. At the time, it may appear as though it was an accident, but think about what that contact represents. It's possible that this person has a stronger urge to be in your physical vicinity. They wish to establish a deeper relationship with you by using this indication. Therefore, be sure that these minor details are not overlooked. There is a good possibility that your friend has a strong and deep affection for you if they keep in regular contact with you. However, one thing to keep in mind is that your friend can be touchy with everyone they come into contact with. If they behave in the same manner towards all of their other pals, then there is a low chance that they have affection for you. However, if they touch you more frequently than everyone else, it is possible that they view you as more than just a friend. 3. They take a special interest in getting to know you. Are they curious about getting to know more about you? Do they ask a plethora of questions in each conversation? If someone likes you, they will take an interest in your life in general and pay particular attention to the things that you do. They inquire about the dull and insignificant facts that you do not feel the need to share with anybody else. Why? Simply because they have an interest in developing a more profound understanding of you. Because of this, they pay close attention and ask a great deal of questions. Even when you're not talking about something interesting, they continue to pay attention to what you have to say because of this reason. The question is though, what happens if they are not paying attention? What if they are a lousy listener and spends the majority of the conversation on their phone? What then? Although this individual may express an interest in you verbally, it is clear from their behavior that they do not feel the same way. These seemingly insignificant actions are what really convey how a person is feeling. Therefore, search for someone who pays attentive attention to what you say. You ought to get the impression that you are the center of this person's attention whenever you engage in conversation with them, because in all likelihood, you are. 4. They act awkwardly around you. How do they carry themselves when they are around you? Are they outgoing, and do they exude self-assurance, or do they become suddenly reserved? Awkwardness is a very common symptom that a person is interested in or attracted to another person. It's possible that our nerves will get the best of us while we're around someone we secretly like. You have the best intentions of appearing cool, self-assured, and confident, but instead, you come off as awkward and quiet. Therefore, what does it indicate if your friend seems uncomfortable while they are around you? There is a good probability they're struggling with their feelings. They are hoping to gain your favor and provide a positive first impression, but they are apprehensive about doing so. Because they care so deeply about you, they withdraw their attention from you and become more reserved. Therefore, it is important to pay attention to awkward situations, comments, and pauses. Having these experiences may not be pleasant, but there is always a purpose behind them. Being attracted to someone generates a great deal of pressure as well as high expectations. Consequently, if you see somebody acting awkwardly, this could be the reason why. 5. They show imminent happiness in your presence. Does your friend make you feel like the world's funniest person? Laughter is a consistent indicator of interest and even potential love interest. If you're hilarious to someone, they're not only amused by your sense of humor. They might in fact, but continuous hilarity means so much more. It indicates that this individual is content to be around you, that they are paying attention to you, and that they desire a closer personal relationship with you. Nonetheless, a brief caveat. You should first assess this person's baseline in order to avoid being deceived by laughter, which is a common indicator of attraction. How often does your friend typically laugh? Others see humor in everything. They laugh when something is humorous, when they feel embarrassed, and sometimes they just laugh to relieve tension. However, some people are more reserved. They rarely laugh, yet when they are near you, all they do is smile. Therefore, if this sounds familiar to you, that individual might like you more than you think. If they don't laugh when you're present, but they frequently smile, it could be a red flag. Does this occur for you more than often for others? It can be a timid smile that belies their excitement to be around you. Or it might be a broad grin that radiates their excitement to be around you. Observe their smile to see whether it just appears when they hear you speak to or about them, as this will indicate that they find you attractive. 6. A hypothetical relationship. Have they ever poked fun at the idea that the two of you should get together? Perhaps they pose the question, if we started dating, wouldn't that be weird? People will often turn to comedy in order to convey their genuine emotions without giving too much away. They act as though they are simply making a joke, but in reality, they are admitting their true feelings to test your response and see how you would react. When you show signs of being embarrassed, happy, or flustered, it's possible that others will assume you feel the same way. They could be encouraged to admit their feelings in an open and honest manner. On the other hand, if you don't show any signs of excitement or embarrassment, they will act as if nothing has ever taken place. Therefore, pay attention to these hints that are not very hard to find. If someone you know makes jokes about being in a relationship, it's possible that they secretly wish they were in one. 7. Looking for reasons to be around you. Is your friend able to come up with excuses to hang out with you? These opportunities are an indication of romantic investment that is not overt but yet potent. This individual is looking for every opportunity to spend time with you, whether it's 5 minutes or 5 hours. They don't care how much time they spend with you. They will make plans to have lunch together. join the same groups, and go to the same events. In this way, you will be able to regularly participate in and enjoy activities with one another. But how does this demonstrate interest in a romantic relationship? To begin, this individual is extremely interested in spending as much time as they can with you. That fact alone demonstrates that someone is interested in you. But what's more essential is that this person is actively working to create possibilities for them to become a part of your life. Let's imagine the two of you decide to sign up for the same outdoor sports team. You begin sharing rides to and from practice. You start hanging out with the same people, and you start going to the same events. You start to appear in this person's life on a regular basis, and they start to appear in yours on a similar basis. Do not pass up these vital opportunities for connection and participation in the community. If you start running into the same people again and again, that person may like you on a deeper level than just a friend. Speaking of seeing them everywhere, this leads to number 8, frequently bumping into them. Do you seem to constantly bump into this person no matter where you go? Do you feel as though your lives have all of a sudden gotten connected with each other? It may seem like a coincidence, but in reality, it's not at all. When someone likes you, they'll think of clever methods to incorporate themselves into your life and activities. They'll be joining the same groups as everyone else. They will share the same interests and pastimes. They'll even frequent your favorite restaurants. Why? Because they are hoping to collide with you. They want to provide more possibilities for them to spend time with you, so that they can comprehend the things you enjoy doing and share interests in common with you. Because the more time you spend together, the stronger the bond that forms between the two of you will become. Number 9. They're now a part of your personal space. Are they within your personal space when they talk to you? You can tell who you feel the most comfortable sharing your personal space with by their presence in it. The more intimate the relationship, the more secure and familiar the other person feels. For example, a safe distance should be maintained between you and strangers. Coworkers and other acquaintances are allowed to get a little bit closer, but loved ones and friends are free to move about your personal space as they want. However, what if somebody is interested in going even further? What if this individual wants to be in your immediate vicinity as much as they possibly can? This action is a clear indication that the other person wants more than just to be friends with you. Space between two people is another telltale sign of romantic interest and attraction, just like physical touch is, because the more confinement there is, the more intimacy that can be created. Therefore, this person may constantly be standing next to you, sitting directly beside you, or standing within a few inches of you at all times. It's possible that they'll continually want to get closer to you physically. This can take place in a wide variety of forms, but regardless of the form, the underlying message is the same. Your friend likes you, and by stepping into your personal space, they are doing so in the hopes that you will recognize just how much they care about you. And finally, number 10. They give their undivided attention towards you. If someone likes you, they will devote 100% of their attention to you. That indicates that they keep their phones tucked away in their pockets. The vast majority of people fail to appreciate how significant this sign actually is. Just take a moment to reflect on how much time you spend on your phone during the day. During the course of the day, you are constantly responding to texts, reading emails, and perusing social media. Some of us are guilty of checking our phones at every conceivable moment throughout the day. Even when we are at work or with friends, we find ourselves looking at our devices considerably more frequently than we realize. But what if this person hasn't checked their phone in a couple of hours? Therefore, that should tell you something about how important you are to them. In their minds, there is no email or text message that is important enough to interrupt. They are concentrating on you because they want to take in every word of what you are saying. In other words, to them, you are not just another person. Rather, you are a unique and important individual. If you just felt like a light bulb lit above your head and butterflies start popping up in your stomach, be sure to like this video, smash the subscribe button, and turn on all notifications for more amazing content. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.